So what do? Completely ignore the decision. VAR Weekend Review, Premier League Edition. Let's get into it. Newcastle versus Wolves, we saw an incident where Harvey Barnes gets a ball played in over the back line of the Wolves defense. A mascara of Wolves steps across Barnes, makes contact with him, and then brings him down right outside the edge of the box. Chris Kavanagh, who's one of the most senior officials of the Premier League, looks at the incident, waves play on, and then VAR looks at the incident and says you're good to go. Now there's a few things to look over here. Is this a denial of a clear goal scoring opportunity? Was Mascara the last defender in that play? Or are the other defenders still in play? Now looking at it, it is clear that Barnes was through all of the defenders and Mascara was the last defender in that play. And the contact that he makes with Barnes is not that light. Law 12, fouls and misconduct. A player who denies an obvious goal scoring opportunity by an offense punishable by a free kick must be sent off. Now that's the rule. In this case, regardless of the sending off, it's definitely a free kick outside the box and at least a yellow card at least. Now Chris Kavanagh completely waves it on because if he calls it a foul, he might be inclined to give a red card, which would definitely be a more controversial decision, and VAR looks at it and doesn't intervene with one of its higher officials. But what's evident is that he was definitely the last defender in that play. He definitely came across and collided with Barnes, not in a light way. It was definitely a hard tackle, and it does qualify for a dogso, a denial of a goal scoring opportunity. And Chris Kavanagh didn't even give it as a foul, so VAR can obviously not intervene and give a free kick or a yellow card. In this case, it would have to intervene and tell its highest official that you made the wrong decision and now you have to overturn it and give it as a red card. So what do? They completely ignore the decision, don't call it back, they don't call him to the monitor. It at least qualified to be reviewed on the monitor again by Chris Kavanagh, but VAR just waved it on. And Newcastle, I think, was hard done by that decision.